Hey everyone, this is Abbas from Tech Radar, and today we're taking a quick look at the Huawei P40 Pro that was recently announced. So let's start with the design of the phone. Now, as you can see, Huawei's taken an interesting finish to this. It has a bit of a satin finish, if I can say that. It's a silver frost color that we have. Changes different colors, changes its gradient depending on how the light is reflecting on it, and it looks stunning. It looks really, really nice in your hands. It doesn't catch much fingerprints either, which is nice compared to some of the other flagship phones that we've seen of late. I definitely like the design of this more than the cosmic gray that Samsung's used on the Galaxy S20 Ultra, as well as the Oppo Find X2, the one that we saw. Both of them had very standard colors. This one definitely stands out. The phone is narrow and easy to use in your hands as well. It's not necessarily a one-hand phone. You still need two hands to use it, but it still feels pretty good in your hands. There's a massive camera bump on the back that houses 5 cameras, but this is 2020. Almost every flagship that we've seen has got a very large camera bump on the back, so just get used to it if you're looking for a good camera. Moving on to the front, you see a 6.58-inch screen with a 1200 by 2640 resolution, which comes to 441 ppi. Now there's a pill-shaped cutout on the top which houses the front camera, 32 megapixel, as well as an IR sensor which can be used to unlock the phone, as well as pay for transactions using Huawei Pay once that becomes available. The screen, it doesn't necessarily have the highest resolution, and the 90 Hz refresh rate is also not the fastest that we've seen compared to other flagship phones, but you know what, it's fine, it's good enough. There are very thin narrow bezels around it, and it's not quite as thin as the pictures that Huawei showed when the phone was originally announced, but they are quite thin, and I think they are thinner compared to the S20 Ultra or the Oppo Find X2. The screen does curve from all 4 sides, so not only do you have a curve on the left and right side, but also the top and the bottom. Now keep in mind that only the glass is folding from the top and the bottom, not the screen itself. So just keep that in mind. The screen is still flat from the front. It does curve from the sides. Coming to the performance, the Huawei P40 Pro is equipped with the Kirin 995G chipset with 8 gigs of RAM and 256 gigs of storage. It's the only configuration that's available for you to buy this phone in, but you know what, it's pretty fast, it's pretty zippy. We have used the Kirin 990 previously on the Mate 30 Pro as well as the Mate XS, and it's a very fast chipset. I don't think you're going to notice any lag, especially with the 90 Hz refresh rate. Everything moves along really quick and really fast on there. Obviously, this has an integrated 5G modem. Huawei is the only chipset manufacturer that's currently doing that, and it supports both standard architecture as well as non-standard architecture. So when your telcos move from a hybrid LTE/5G network to a true 5G network, this phone will be able to support that as well. There is a 4200 milliamp hour battery on this, and like most Huawei phones, that should easily get you through a day or possibly even 2. Huawei's been pretty good and pretty aggressive with its battery management on previous phones, and the same thing applies with the P40 Pro as well. I have had to charge it once in 2 days. It works along quite nicely. It also supports very fast 45 watt wire charging as well as 27 watt wireless charging. There's reverse wireless charging as well, so you can charge other devices off it. Let's move on to the camera. On the P40 Pro, you've got 4 on the back. You've got the primary 50 megapixel RYYB sensor, you've got a 40 megapixel ultra wide, as well as a 12 megapixel telephoto, which can take zoom shots of 5x. Now this is 5x optical, not a hybrid or anything else, true optical zoom that you get. And as far as digital zoom is concerned, you can go all the way up to 50x. Obviously, that's not necessarily where you want to take pictures. 10x is what we found is the sweet level for taking zoomed in pictures. The camera also takes stunning nighttime photos. It's got a very large sensor, the largest that Huawei has made, and combined with large pixel sizes, you do get stunning low light pictures. Huawei's been working on AI with their camera for quite some time, and with the P40 Pro, you get a few new things. There is a sonic zoom feature which zooms the mic into wherever you're zooming the photo into, amplifying the sound. There's also a feature where you can remove photo bombs, making it for a clear photo, and finally removing reflections, which usually appear when you're shooting something through glass. All in all, the P40 Pro's camera is quick and effortless. That's how I'd like to describe it. You simply point and shoot, and you get a good picture almost every time out of it. Now, obviously, we need to mention the lack of GMS or Google Mobile Services, which means that the Huawei P40 Pro does not come with Google Play Store or the apps that you basically are used to with your other Android phones. Huawei is working on building its own Huawei Mobile Services and has its own app gallery, which is its own app store. There are some good apps available on it, like Snapchat and TikTok, but you still need a few more apps to sort of, make it comparable to what Google Play offers. I think if Huawei can convince Facebook, which owns WhatsApp and Instagram and Facebook, to come on board, as well as a few other app developers, there is a good future for Huawei with the app gallery. priced at 3,500 dirhams. The Huawei P40 Pro is on the expensive side, but not as expensive as the Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra or even the Oppo Find X2 Pro. I think it offers good value and it's a great phone. Obviously, the lack of GMS is something that you need to decide for yourself, but other than that, it's definitely the best phone that Huawei has made so far. This is Abbas signing out, and stay tuned to Tech Radar for everything in the world of tech.